what I'm thinking of right now is Chris Cuomo on his show, like walking up from the steps out of quarantine, and I'm like, that was completely made up. Like none of that was real. And I started thinking to myself, Steve, so I can't be the only one feeling this, right? And oh, by the way, this was happening during a pandemic that was very real, in which thousands and thousands of people were losing their life or getting sick, or loved ones being forced to die alone. People were trying to sift through what's true and what's not. And you talk about a loosening of an ethical standard, like stuff like that didn't help. It hurt. And real people's lives were hurt because of it. You know, when you talk about, like, one example I mentioned was loved ones dying alone, but people lost their life savings, businesses were closed, and you have Chris Cuomo, like, from I don't even know where, Martha's Vineyard, like coming up from the basement acting like he's like Lazarus rising from the dead or something, and then nobody from CNN even says anything about it. Like I can't. How does something like that happen?
I know. I think he was at his one of his Hamptons houses over there.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's frankly, I think that whole thing, and really just the arrogance, the smugness of the Chris Cuomos of the world, comes a little bit also from social media and buying your own hype in so many of these instances, and the rise of these influencers, these media members now think that they're stars in a way, and that, you know, even people that are far below the, you know, bottom of the rung but have 20,000 Twitter followers, it can feel like a lot. You feel like you got this big platform, even though you know you maybe don't in reality. But no, I think COVID was just so disastrous, because so many of these stories we talk about, Chris Cuomo coming out of the basement is, you know, a lighter example, and there's other ones also that I give out in the book. But COVID was serious. You know, this was something that, and it's not just about, you know, the initial part of it, but like lockdowns, the way lockdowns were covered, you know, masks and vaccines, and we could go right down the line. In every case, the media essentially chose what was the one true scientific expert opinion, the consensus opinion, and said anything that deviates from that is dangerous. And that's not just wrong. I mean, it not just is actually wrong that they got so much wrong, but it's dangerous to even have that point of view. The idea that you can't have a debate about something, or a discussion, a nuanced conversation, these things weren't black and white. We knew that at the time, and they knew that at the time. But they went with this because they just didn't feel that the public could deal with the nuance of these issues.